past. In the dimly lit streets of a forgotten suburb, nestled among overgrown gardens and fading memories, stood a solitary house, its windows like the eyes of someone long resigned to despair. This was the home of Clara and her son, Ethan, a boy of just 7, whose laughter had once filled these rooms, but now seemed as distant as the stars. Clara, a widow burdened by the loss of her husband, Joel, found herself drowning in the depths of her grief. Her nights were haunted by nightmares, and her days blurred into an endless cycle of weariness. Ethan, too, wrestled with his own shadows, his father's absence a gaping hole in his young heart. It began on a stormy night when Ethan found an old book buried beneath the clutter in the attic. Its cover was worn, the title, The Shadows of Past, barely legible. Intrigued, Ethan brought the book to Clara, insisting they read it together. Reluctantly, Clara opened the book, and as they read, an unease settled over them. The story spoke of a creature born from the depths of human sorrow that fed on the grief of those unable to let go of their past. With each page turned, the air grew colder, and shadows seemed to creep closer, whispering secrets only madness could understand. That followed, Ethan began to see the creature from the book, a dark figure that lurked in corners and whispered from the shadows. Clara, consumed by her own sorrow, dismissed his fears as the product of an overactive imagination. But the creature was all too real for Ethan. It called itself the Shadoweater and claimed it would continue to haunt them until they surrendered their grief to it, allowing it to devour their pain. Clara, witnessing her son's growing terror at the inexplicable happenings around their home, realized that their suffering had indeed summoned something beyond understanding. She understood that confronting this entity meant facing the heartache she had kept buried, the guilt of wishing she had been taken instead of Joel, and the fear of forgetting him entirely. Determined to save Ethan and herself, Clara decided to confront the Shadoweater. One night, as thunder roared and lightning fractured the sky, she called out to the creature, offering her grief as bait. Emerged from the darkness, its form ever-changing, a mirror to their deepest fears. Clara, with a strength born from love and desperation, spoke of her husband, of the joy he brought to their lives, and the pain his absence had caused. She acknowledged her grief, but also her gratitude for the time they had shared. She declared that she would not let this grief define or consume them any longer. As her words filled the room, the Shadoweater wavered, its form dissolving like mist at sunrise. With each memory shared, not as a source of pain, but as a celebration of life, the creature faded, until nothing remained but the echo of a whisper. In the aftermath, Clara and Ethan found a new beginning. The shadows that had once dominated their home receded, and in their place, light returned. They discovered that while the past would always be a part of them, it was the journey ahead that defined them. The book, The Shadows of Past, vanished as mysteriously as it had appeared, leaving behind a family stronger and more united in love and memory. And in the heart of their home, laughter found its place once again, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit.